see some students on. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Anna. Hey, guys. How's it going? Y'all should see my little, look at my little setup. Got the phone shining some light on me. Hey, Eloisa. Man, tonight is going to be a great live. We are going to be talking all things boundaries with none other than the boundary queen herself, Tiana Sayo. And I really think that you guys are going to be able to get some value from this live in all aspects, not just your business, personal boundaries, how you interact with your clients, your time, valuing your time. That's very big when it comes to your boundaries. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. I definitely have struggled in the past, you know, being a new lash artist, trying to please everybody, trying to work within their schedule, even though it's conflicting, you know, my self-care, my boundaries, things that I want for myself. So boundaries is something really good. And what's great about boundaries is, as a business owner, you pretty much have policies that protect you and your boundaries and the things that you know, how you want to operate your business, you know, not working after hours, that type of thing, not coming in super early, new client boundaries, that type of thing. So this is why it's so important to always work on your business when it comes to your policies. That way you are protected by your policies and it protects your boundaries. When you start doing things very loose, you know, taking bookings in the DMs, not having people book through your booking site, these are all things that are going to affect your boundaries. Because ideally, what's so great about having a booking site is so that they can see your policies, they can agree to your policies, they can decide if they want to move forward with you or not based off of your policies, your prices, your location. So that's why it's so important to have your booking site. That way it can filter the people who are for you and people who don't want to respect your boundaries. So yeah, please make sure to drop any questions that you guys may have. And I'm gonna go ahead and invite Tiana. I see her, she's in here. Hey T.
Hey girl. I want you to kick it off with the real title of this live that we were talking about.
Oh, the homegirl energy? Okay. Yeah, that is what we was gonna call it, but we didn't wanna come off too strong to you guys. But that is what we were going to call this live, is homegirl energy, because I feel like a lot of lash artists, and you guys get started because you want to do your homegirl's lashes or your sister, your mom, and then you start to cultivate this homegirl energy within your business, and it affects your boundaries, and you start to be burnt out because, you know, you're operating in a space as a homegirl and not a space as being your own boss.
I love that. It really summarizes the reality that I feel like so many lash artists are dealing with. The reality of it is that your friends or homegirls, they're the ones that should be really supporting your business. I can say, Rox and I being friends, I'm Rox's lash artist too. And it's the same. It's the same rules apply, because as a friend, you should want your friend to be successful in business, to be, you know, earning the money that she needs to earn to support herself and to make her small business successful. So I think thinking about like what you actually and who you actually are considering a friend, because so much of the energy that a lot of service providers are putting out is like really it's a one-way street. Like those those friends, they're not really treating you how I guess I would want to be treated as a friend who's also a service provider. You know, like friends and
Yeah.
family discount, what? Like, why would your friend want you to give her a discount? She should
Yeah.
want to, pour into your business to be successful. I do some trades with some people, but even with that, it's so like even. It's so much respectful. We agree on it. We ensure that we're communicating about that ahead of time, because again, that's what's happening with y'all, is y'all are getting resentful. Y'all are literally getting resentful at your own clients, at your own customers, for putting them in a situation that you set the rules for. You set it up. It really is in your control. So you cannot be mad at your clients. You cannot be mad at your customers when they start running all over you.
Oh man, will they?
They will. And that's just, again, that's in your control. If you're not setting up those boundaries and communicating and really from the get-go handling your clients with the strength, I guess, and the confidence.
The muscle.
Yeah,
with a little
bit of muscle. Like,
yeah.
You need a little bit of muscle.
T is small, but she definitely has the muscle.
I do.
Even when she's doing my lashes, she be like holding me down. I'm like pushing on
like,
my cheek.
Don't you dare move. Like, my clients, they're so funny. When I move the head, it's so subtle. Like, I'll be moving it like a clock, like just a fraction of a degree. And it's so funny because I'll just move it and they're like, they know not to move any more than what I move them. Because again, like, I want to make my client feel like they don't got to even think about anything. I'm in control. I'm going to move them where I need to move them. And I'm going to be honest with my clients. And the more experience that I've gotten in my career, the better I've gotten at being cool about it. You know? Like, when people ask, like, oh, hey, can I get in? I'm like, hey, girl. Like, I give them a little homegirl energy. Like, hey, girl, what's up? How have you been? Man, okay, yeah, you didn't book your appointment the last time because you said you was going to text me after you checked your calendar and you didn't text me. And then here we are 2 weeks later. So I'll let you know if anyone cancels. I got you. Like, that's my thing, is like, I will always look out for you the best that I can and make it known to my customers. Of course I got you, to the level in which I can get you. If that makes sense. Like, there's levels. There's definitely levels that y'all are just not respecting, probably, and I hate to make a generalization, in your personal life as well. Let's be honest. It carries over.
I think the biggest boundary I see people taking advantage of is talking to their clients while they're lashing. That is like the biggest part of homegirl energy. Like, there's just, you should automatically know and have the confidence to let your client know, hey, I'm applying the gel pad, and you really shouldn't have to explain this to them. It should just be like on the first appointment, hey, I'm applying a gel pad. I want you to go ahead and relax, and I'll see you when you get up, when your lashes are done, or now is your time,
Yes.
Or even, I kind of think that the type of music that you're playing too kind of sets a mood.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I could tell when I played like more music that was more upbeat, people would come in, they'd be ready like to just purge their whole day. But when it's more like spa music, they kind of get the sense, okay, it's wind down time.
Yes. And it's the environment, like you're saying. The question, she said, how do we shut them up nicely? Well, it's the energy. It really is that commanding energy of like, okay, my environment is dictating a very relaxing environment. Even my own energy. I think that's important for y'all to remember, is that the energy that you're putting out from the initial, like, oh, hey girl, you're here for your appointment energy. If you're rushing around and you're scrambling around and you're on the phone, hold on, I'm on the phone, like doing a bunch of crazy stuff and then starting to even vent to your client, that's the door that you're opening. You're opening hell's gates to where, okay, now you're venting to the client. They're going to hit you back. I mean, I definitely, with some of my, we talk to some of my clients, I definitely talk to, but not the whole appointment.
Yeah.
It's really like, oh, girl, catch me up. What happened since the last time I saw you? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. And then it's almost like they tucker themselves out.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like, they really get to the resting in the bed and get to sleeping.
Even if it's hard for me because, you know, me and Tiana, we're talking all the time. And when I see
all
her,
the time.
Even when she's doing my lashes, and even when I'm not talking, she can tell that my mind is still wandering because my eyes, I have them closed, but they're still like jumping. I'm like thinking about the text message I got from somebody, thinking about my to-do list. And she's like, would you stop thinking?
You have to stop thinking. I can literally tell. I'm like, you better shut it down and just take the snap that we have scheduled for you, because you're not going to be able to get the results. And I am the fussiest lash artist that ever was a lash artist. So if I cannot complete the job in the pace and the workflow that I know I'm capable of completing the job in, it's very frustrating for me because, again, I see Rox all the time. I have to look at her eyes. And if I went light in the inner corner, it's going to bother me. And so it's like, you guys have to understand that's a boundary. Again, that's a boundary for yourself, that you have to set a boundary with your own behavior. Okay. We love to get involved in our clients' business. Sure do. I'm married 10 years. I love to get the juice on all my single clients and their dating lives. It's very exciting for me. I don't do reality television, but I do get my clients' business a bit. It's one of those things that, again, for me, when they're getting worked up about stuff, we got to shut it down. And you know what the easiest way I found to shut it down in like a really natural, really like a flow is just stop responding with like
open-ended questions.
Yeah, stop asking questions. Just be like, wow. And then just simmer it down. And be like, man, that really must have made you feel really tired. That must be challenging. And then, like, man, I can't believe it's like, I hear y'all talk to your clients and you gas them up.
Yeah.
Like when I'm talking to Rox, I'll gas her up when we're not doing lashes. I'll be like, what? She said, what? Like, it's, after that gel pad comes off and you're checking out, ooh, I cannot believe she did that. I cannot believe him. Woo, woo, woo. Like, you can really have fun with it. We're not telling you not to have fun. I have fun with my clients. Trust me. Woo! The stories, the tales. But when it comes time to getting down to business and lashing and like respecting, how they communicate with me, respecting how I run my business, because the way I run my business is every 2 weeks. You're not a 3-week fill. I don't do 3-week fill. I do every 2 weeks, clients on the books every 14 days.
She got clients coming every week too.
Yeah, that's how I run my business, because I'm only lashing 1 day a week. So I cannot just willy-nilly do all this stuff. And again, that's my choice. And I have to be in charge of setting my business up like that. Y'all expect too much from your clients. You have to be the bossy little business owner so you can do your job and make your money. Because at the end of the day, we love what we do, but let's be honest, this is a job.
Yeah. I think what I see is a lot of people getting very comfortable in just wanting to hustle. Like they know, okay, to make $1,000, I got to launch from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And it does not have to be like that. And then that's when they start to learn, okay, well, I'm going to have to make sure I'm on time. I have to make sure my clients are on time. I have to make sure that I'm finishing on time, doing my job. And that's where the boundaries set in. And it's like, if you don't start those boundaries when you first start your business, it's so hard to retrain your clients. It is
it's almost impossible. it's almost impossible to retrain clients, because again, that's when you get into conflict, is when you've been doing it all loosey goosey and then you try and tighten it up. That's when people, what? I'm not, you're not going to rebook me. You're not going to get me in. Like, that's when y'all get pissed. Y'all get pissed when you're not getting, when your clients aren't respecting and your clients aren't valuing their investment. That happens a lot. Y'all clients are not washing their lashes, not taking care of their stuff.
Not rebooking their appointment.
Not rebooking their appointments.
Not booking the right appointment. Like, even if, I think the best way to do it is you book what you think your client is going to need the next 2 weeks. And if anything changes, they need to let you know. Like, hey, girl, I had a rough week. Somebody died. I've been crying. I think I'm going to need an extra hour.
Yep.
They should be letting you know in advance. But, like, leading up to the client after they leave to book their own appointment is dicey.
Oh, it's the worst idea ever to let your clients just run the show. With all my new clients, not that I have new clients, but the clients that have joined me in the latest part of joining me, I would say probably last year joined me, they're all on 2-hour fills every 2 weeks. All on 2-hour fills, because they are the clients that I attracted with my little Instagram photos and the photos that look so perfect and so awesome. And they're also clients who are retired, I'd say. Clients who are retired or housewives that don't have day jobs. So to them, just knowing, oh, yep, my lash appointment's about 2 hours, because it's not going to take me a full 2 hours on everybody. On someone like Rox with a big old eye, it's gonna take me 2 hours. That's just the truth of the matter, and that's just how I run my business. Like it, love it, or leave it. It's really just I'm very, very matter of fact, and I think you guys have to get more comfortable with that. The homegirl energy. Oh, it's okay, girl. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay, because you're bitching about it when you go home. You're mad because you're burnt out and your neck is all messed up. Well, you're the one that took that 6th client. Yeah. Because she didn't book her appointment and she canceled. Something happened, and now you crammed her into an already packed day.
What do you think about charging squeeze-in fees or after-hour fees? Like, at least you're getting compensated for that. But do you feel like that's
not
still
enough.
Overstepping the boundary? Yeah.
You're going to burn out on that. Yeah. I have so many clients that don't care about the money. That's the thing. That's what gets you in trouble. Yeah. I'm looking at one right now. She'd run amok all over my books. If I said, it's just an extra little $50 for running amok and changing the plans and doing all this kind of stuff, she'd pay it. But then I'd be blocking out extra time and have to figure out where I'm going to put people. And that, again, my choice is just not how I run my business. I want to look 4 weeks out and know exactly who I'm seeing, when I'm seeing them, and how much money I'm going to bring in for the month. It's a monthly thing. And y'all have to really get comfortable with that. Friends or not friends, I've definitely seen my clients more than I've seen friends over the years, and so many of them are so kind and so thoughtful to me, and I do consider them, supporters and friends in that way, but they would never, as a good friend wouldn't, want to disrespect my boundaries. They wouldn't want that. So y'all have to stop being toxic in your personal relationships as a model, because that's how you're running your business and just ran all over and not making money.
Can you give them like an example of something that it could be toxic in their personal that is like bleeding into and showing up in their business?
Oh, I got the perfect example, Rox. You know me with the analogies. Time. Who you give your time to, how you give the time. Let's talk about dating a little bit as the analogy. Rox knows I'm a stickler. I'm an old fashioned gal when it comes to how much time you should give a man, how much time he's entitled to, as just somebody you're talking to, somebody who's made no commitment to you, somebody who's done nothing for you. I just do not feel like spending an hour, 2, 3 hours on the phone, giving people all kind of your time before they've made any sort of investment into you is wise. So when y'all are playing around and DMing these people who are grilling you about your price and who are just wanting to call you and ask you all these questions and just back and forth in the DMs, personally, I do not think you are valuing your time when you're engaging in conversations such as that, because you're just used to giving everybody your time. Everybody just getting a piece of your time just all over the place because what they asked. You're going to talk on the phone with the guy because he called? I think not. I think not, because he's made no investment. This person who has not booked with you, who has not made a deposit with you, want to eat up your time. What products do you use? I understand a curious client wanting more information, but again, you're not valuing your time by investing into, oh my God, these bots. They be the bots. You're not valuing your own time by setting up like a web page or directing them to maybe an Instagram live video that you did that you have on your page. You're not valuing your own time by setting those things up to properly communicate with potential clients. And here you are just DMing and texting. It's the texting. You're texting these people and they haven't made a deposit. They haven't booked.
Yeah.
My thing is, okay, here's the time that I'm available. Go ahead and book your appointment. And hey, because you booked your appointment, I'm going to see you. Let's hop on a FaceTime. Let's hop on a call. Let me make sure, you feel comfortable, because I'm all about that. I'm all about making sure my people feel comfortable. So that's my example. But, not to get too deep about it, but y'all are definitely giving your time away for free in your personal life and in your professional. And then you feel like, oh, I got no time for me. Well, shoot, you gave it all away.
So true. The pennies on the dollar, too. Someone asked, what do you think about lashing 80 to 100%? That's what I'm thinking.
I saw that. What's that? 80 to 100% coverage?
Yeah. I think she's talking about coverage.
Charging for it.
Yeah, I think the more coverage is better, because it puts your client on the result that they constantly want. Like if they want that dark line, that fullness, and then it carries them over longer, it's definitely more valuable to offer full coverage, which is like 90 to 100%. Even as a new lash artist, that is something that you should be focusing on, because it's something that you're going to have to train your eye on what does 100% classic coverage look like? What does 100% hybrid coverage look like? That way that you can train your eye so you kind of can gauge and know. It'll become easier to you. Like, oh, I need to go over here. You'll be able to spot natural lashes. After you've been doing lashes for so long, you will be able to spot where the natural lashes are, because you'll be able to tell the difference between a lash that has an extension on it and just a natural lash. So I think going for 100% coverage, I know it's hard, and I know you guys get so attached to, oh, well, it takes me 5 hours, 6 hours. You're learning.
I'm back.
Oh, hey, Z, okay. You're learning, and, as a beginner, you need that time to do 100%. I was just talking about, like, training your eye to see you as an artist to know what does 100% classic look like, what does 100% volume look like. The volume, it can be a little bit different, because depending on how many lashes somebody has, I know, like, Tiana has a client, Kaylee, her hair is so thick. She has probably 5 layers legit of lashes. Like, she doesn't need 100% coverage on her lashes for it to look full. You can probably get away with 80%,
Yeah.
and she will love it. Sometimes on more black people, we have a lot of layers, a lot of curly lashes, a lot of layers. And if you do 100%, it can start hurting. It can start to pinch because there's like no room for the lashes to breathe. So with volume, it's a little bit different, especially if your bases, like if your bases are slim, then you won't have a problem. But as a beginner, I definitely think that mastering the art of doing 100% classic so that you can see that classic is perfect to do 100% on, because if you don't, it's going to look wonky.
Oh, definitely. And with understanding that every client needs something a little bit different. You know, I think of my client, Miss Donna, and then I think of Kaylee, right? We've got a more mature white woman, and then we have a really young, thick, coarse hair with all the layers, you know? And it's like, these are two totally different clients. I'm going to give them both 2 hours because that's about how long it takes me with both of them. And what I'm doing with Donna is I'm going very slow to make really big fans, to make sure I'm lashing every single lash, because every single lash on her, you have to.
Matters.
It
matters.
It matters. So I'm being really intentional and slow and like going and making sure my bases are really tight and small. Whereas with Kaylee, it's like I'm just focusing on spacing my coverage out, back and forth, moving through the lash line at a reasonable speed. So workflow looks totally different for different clients, but I like to lash my clients, you know, as full as absolutely possible. And that's why I encourage longer fills, because they just are going to have a better result with that. And it will allow me to, my signature look is very full and, you know, complete coverage, inner to outer. That's my signature style of lashing. It's not for everyone. It doesn't even need to be for everyone, but that's just the way I like to do it. So it's very different based on your clientele and how much you're charging, to be honest.
That's very true. That's very true. Because if you're doing these big volume lashes, 100% coverage, and only charging $120, like, you're not making any money.
You're not making any money.
Yeah.
And I see it all the time, like the mega volume fills for $95. And I'm like, even if it's only taking you an hour and all the product, all the time that you're rushing to make the fans, and it's like, why wouldn't you charge more for such a luxurious, you know, really dramatic look?
Yeah, they're literally,
it doesn't make sense
with a strip lash that's not damaging their lashes. It's like wearing a lash extensions is like wearing a lace front. It's the top of the line. It's like taping. It's the top of the line. The client has to take care of it. You know, you see people's laces lifting and it's just looking jagged because of how they take care of it.
No.
Same thing with the lash extensions. And just because, like, you have to shift your mindset. Remember, you're not doing lash extensions based off of your experience, how much you would pay, based off of your income.
It's not.
To market to the people that you want. They have disposable income, honey. Okay? They have money to
It's
blow.
a lifestyle.
Yes.
It's a choice. The best thing that I ever learned, I worked in luxury sales for Chanel, for Hermes, for all these fancy skincare brands. And one of the managers, the sales managers, when I was brand new, I was only like 18, you know, have no people experience. And she looked at me and she was like, all you need to know about this job is you're not selling to your own pocketbook. And I was like, oh my God, what does that mean? She's like, you're young. You can't afford none of this.
Yeah.
So don't be shook at the price. Don't even look at the price as anything to do with your personal bank account, because half of these products, this one we sold was one cream, La Mer cream. She was like, that's probably more than you have in your bank account right now, right? And I was like, oh man. And it really like put it into perspective that it has nothing to do with your lifestyle. But if you're a wise business owner, You're building up to live the type of lifestyle that you envision for yourself. So the way that you move has to align with that. And that includes boundaries, that includes confidence, that includes being savvy and smart and wise. That includes all of that. But really not looking at it like it's your pocketbook. Because I'm telling you, when you're dealing with a more mature client, and that's something, y'all, my courses and my ebooks and all of this is really diving into that, because I went on a deep dive about what the luxury clientele looks like. I've worked in luxury sales with luxury clientele my whole life. I am like a doctor of luxury sales, because
experiences.
You have to look at this, just how Chanel, just how Hermes, just how Bottega, like all of that is how you really have to look at your services, look at your experience, look at your results, your product, because your results are your product. My clients' retention and their lash health is the Chanel.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the ultimate experience of wearing lashes. That's the way I look at it. So you really have to elevate your mindset. Again, Chanel sales associates, better yet, Birkin. You do not walk in and buy a Birkin. You have to be invited. You have to literally be invited by a sales associate to purchase a $30,000 purse. You have to have qualified. And so do you think they're sweating over all the people who are mad that they can't have Birkins and this and that? They're not mad. They're not concerned, because they're just staying in their lane. This is the boundary that they have with their business. Because if they let any old body come in and who just had the money and wanted to buy a Birkin just in off the street, what would it do to the brand? It would lose the exclusivity. It would lose that special, that really exclusive vibe that they've built their entire brand on. So just remember that it starts up here. Like, until you are really looking at your brand and your business like you are a luxury brand, you will not attract luxury clients. And the way you run your business will not be in a luxury manner.
Yeah. Oh, man, those were some gems.
We got into it. We really did.
Anybody else have any questions? We're about to wrap this up. But yeah, Tiana has some. Yeah, we'll save it. Do you want me to have Eloisa? Bye. Do you want me to have Eloisa make a custom graphic, or do you want to just pose right now?
Oh, let's pose.
Okay.
I got my new linen on. You see it? Matches my chair.
Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, that's okay now. They're like, he's a weirdo.
I'm telling you, y'all, we couldn't figure this out for the life of us for 2 years? Both Roxy and I, we would do these lives and we'd have our mouths open. We'd be making all these crazy faces, and we couldn't get a cover to save our lives to put on the page. So now we just freeze and we have her grab our faces like that.
Oh, thank you, Becca. So yeah, I'm thank you so much, T. She has some great products coming out for you guys.
Very excited.
You guys, but T's hard, okay? She's a hard teacher. And if you don't come ready, and if you're not going to do the work, she ain't going to waste her time on you.
No, so. I'm not. Many people need the knowledge, and many people are ready, and it's going to, really elevate for a select few amount of people. And that's just the way I'm going into it. You have to get your mindset in the right space to make the real changes for you to be successful.
Yeah, that's so true. So I hope you guys really found some value in this. Oh, there's your student.
Hey!
I love her. Man, she's been killing it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Every time I see
really
her stuff,
putting
I'm like,
herself out there. I love
great
to see
job.
it. It's one of those, all of it. Taking it to the next level. Very, very luxury. Very luxury vibe. I love it. I love to see it. Thank you so much, guys.
Yep.
Have
a
fun,
good night.
right? Be safe out there.
All right. I'm going to be safe. I got to make it back to my lash appointment. I get off the plane. I go
She's
get my
got
lashes
to.
done.
She already knows if she's late, she's going to get it.
Honestly, if I don't make it, I won't be able to get in, and I will have to get a full set if she even lets me do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to be back.
Girl.
Oh, there's Shayla. Hey, Shayla.
Listen, Shayla says she's coming in when? December? She says she's coming to see us in Texas. We're going to go to karaoke. Nice. We're going.
Yes.
We got tattoos to get. I don't know how long you got, Shayla, but we'll plan it out.
Yes, Shayla, come to Texas. We miss you. All right, guys. I'll see you later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.